Finally back, finally back home. Uh, it's been a long weekend. It's been a lot of things going on. Haven't had the chance to really make any videos. Um, Kind of was just rocking out with squad. We had some great events. Um, Venice Beach was amazing. Um, the Foot Locker event was amazing. I know y'all seen some of the highlights from the Foot Locker event and from Venice Beach. And both of those events were amazing. I can't wait for you guys to see those events. Um, I know y'all seen Latin Davis going crazy. I know y'all seen Day Day going crazy at Venice Beach. Um, a lot of these guys on the TNC side are looking really sharp. Are looking really sharp. And I can tell, like I saw Hoodie Kell this weekend, man. Hoodie Kell like put on about 10 pounds. Um, Hoodie Keller like he put on about 10 pounds, bro. He looked like he told me he's benching 225 now for at least one rep, a couple reps. So he looked real good. He looked like he's elevating his physical shape. Latin Davis looked real good. Rob looked really good. Cam is Cam. Day Day. I want to say some things about Day Day. Day Day really is adding the mid range game to his bag. Just um, sparring with him the day before. I believe the day before the Venice Beach event. It was me and Lay versus A Millie and Day Day. Day Day was making a really good point of getting to the mid range area because he understands people are going to start backing up on him and giving him them mid range jump shots. And he has been really adding the mid range to his game. I can't wait for y'all to see that. Who else played really well? Roy, got to give Roy a little bit of grace. Got to give Roy a little bit of grace this weekend, bro. He got thrown into the wolves. I saw some promising things from him. I would like to see him play Ryan mano a mano 1-on-1 to 30. I really would, but I still can't wait for you guys to watch those and see the outcome or see how good those games were. The tag team 1-on-1s to 30 were really fun. It's fast paced, and you know what I'm saying, you get to switch up those matchups. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you have four high level guys, you get to switch up those matchups and you get a mixture of matchups like that. The tag team 1-on-1s were really fun. And it was also really good, like, to just not commentate. It's probably the first time the ABC crew hasn't commentated an event while being there. Obviously, we ain't commentate Warzone that just happened. But it just felt good to like kind of watch the game again as a fan and just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, enjoy what the guys are doing out there on the floor, man. It made me appreciate the game a lot more than what I was doing behind the table. Uh, yeah, but somebody said Roy beat Ryan to 30 before. That's not the same as a TNC setting. It's not the same. Uh, it just isn't. I think Ryan in the TNC setting, under those lights and things of that nature, bro. That's a really good game. I would like to see. To me, it's their first game. To me, to me, it's their first game. It will be their first game. I know he went to Stanford and he played Roy, but um, I would just like to see them play the 30. I really would. I think them playing the 30 in a TNC environment would be absolutely electric. Absolutely electric. How's my everything's all good. Everything's all good on my end. Everything's all good on my end, bro. Everything's all good. Um uh Lap versus Kelter 30 got to be next pay-per-view. Could potentially be next pay-per-view. Could potentially be next pay-per-view. It could potentially be next pay-per-view for you guys. I think those two guys are illegal to be on teams together. Like it's two of the most highest IQ games or IQ players in the scene. And they were on the same team. It was like it was insane. There was no drop off. Kel got in, bum 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 bum. Lack got in, bum bum. It was no drop off. It was no drop off. It was no drop off. I'm not talking about shit until y'all hit the like button. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. So whatever you want me to talk about is not being talked about until you hit the like button. And how many people we got in here? Yeah. We got almost 300 people here. We only got 34 likes. I'm not talking about anything until y'all hit the like button. I'm not doing anything until you hit the like button. And Hoodie Kale, if you're watching this, where's my MJM gear? Until we got how many people we got in here? We got 286 people in here right now. Until we get to a goal of 175 likes, I'm not doing anything. Until we get to 175 likes, I'm not doing anything. Until we get to 175 likes, I'm not talking about nothing. But I think next chapter this weekend for TNC was really, really good, bro. I think the players showed out. And y'all gonna be really enjoying the content that's about to drop on TNC. I'm telling y'all, man, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun commentating. To be honest with you, know what's surprising? What was surprising to me was the amount of people and amount of support at Venice Beach. I was not expecting that much people to be pulling up at Venice Beach. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was surprised about. I was surprised about the amount of people that was at Venice Beach. All right, so now that we got this, we're gonna go. All right, we at 121. We at 121. We at 121. We had 126 likes. Once we get to 175, we will begin the live. We will begin. We will begin the live. We will begin the live once we. Once we start this. Once we get to 175. Wargus in the building. Wargus in the building. Wargus in the building. Wargus in the building. I see you, brother. How many likes are we at? How many likes are we at? We at 143. We at 143. Once we get to that 175 mark, we will begin. We will begin. We will begin. We will begin. If y'all want to be messy and bring your ass in here, then hit the like button upon entering. It's time. It is time for y'all to hit the like if y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get the unfiltered thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's frisky to hit the like ski. It's frisky to hit the like ski, right? It's frisky to hit the like ski. So if y'all want what y'all I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you gotta chill with that. I don't like that. Yeah, you gotta chill with that, bro. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, you got to go talking about that. Yeah, bro. I was feeling good in the tag team 101, man. I was feeling really good, man. It took me a little minute to warm up. We ran like a KOTC, and it took me a little minute to warm up. But once I got warm, I started feeling really good out there. I would say that. I started feeling really good. The jump shots was feeling really good. Uh, the job Morants are really comfortable too. I was able to counter in them. But you know what I'm saying? It's all about rhythm, and I was able to build a rhythm again a little bit. In that tag team 101. We are 6 likes away. 6 likes away. 6 likes away. 6 likes away before we begin today. Before we begin today. Five likes away before we begin today. Hey. All right. 4 more likes. 4 more likes. 4 more likes. I want to appreciate everybody pulling up to the live today, man. Appreciate everybody putting up to the live today. All the TNC games will be coming out. All the TNC games will be coming out on YouTube. On YouTube. All the TNC games will be coming out on YouTube. Those games for sure. All right, we at 181. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to it. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to it. Hey. Oh! We had a weekend, didn't we? Man. YouTube basketball, didn't we have a weekend, bro? Some things went down this weekend that I'm definitely gonna touch on. And I'm gonna just give you guys my unfiltered thoughts about it, bro. But it's very, very important that you know that we don't add fuel to the fire. All right, we just say what it is and then we move forward, because let me tell you something, karma is real, and mishaps happen. And as a result, you don't want to go OD, because it's one of those situations where, okay, it happens on what if it happens over here? Right? What if it happens over here? All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be fair. We're gonna provide an unbiased and unfiltered truths and unfiltered opinions about it. But one thing I will tell you, I'm not holding back. I'm not holding back. But one thing I would not be is disrespectful to anybody involved over there. All right, so let's go ahead and lock in, and let's go ahead and see what happened, man, because I have a synopsis of how I felt things happen, but I never got a chance to fully listen to everything before I made a take, which is why I was like not posting anything about it, because I wanted to see everything that was going to unfold and then give you guys how I felt about everything, because I knew people were going to go live. I knew people were going to say something. I knew people were probably going to try to do some damage control. So as a result, let's go ahead and lock in, man, and see what's going on.
I'm gonna slap my mama. This is what blew me the most, pause. Like, we've never, ever, ever, ever done that. That's what I'm saying. You can't even fault the ref. You gotta fault me for bringing the ball head, bro. So
style, chopper style, chopper style.
This is all gonna be separate videos, by the way. Oh, okay. This is all gonna be separate videos, by the way. I'm gonna be covering LP's game and Nesco's game, whatever the case may be, as well as other things as well. But let's go ahead. This is from LP right here. I take accountability. I could have went back and finished the game. I apologize to Dave on OTD, but the rest have to take accountability also. They missed the call and called the game. I was already off the court with my bags when they said we reviewed it, and it was 5 dribbles. We never had a review on this side, so why should it start today? It was game, but I'm going to give bro his rematch so we can get it over with. One thing I like about this post is, and I'm going to say this too, I was on the phone with LP after this, and he was hot, right? And I just told LP, bro, make sure you're smart. Make sure you're smart right here, bro. This is big right here. This is a big scenario for you right here. You want to be smart in the way you approach these things. And I'm very happy he took this route right here, taking accountability of the situation, saying he could have went back in the game, because I'm gonna be honest with you, he should have went back and finished the game. He should have went back and finished the game. But one thing I will tell you, the game should have been over at 30-22 or 30-23. The game should have been over at 29-23 when Trey Lewis got fouled and he was not allowed to shoot free throws. So it shouldn't even have gotten to a point where LP is taking 5 dribbles. It shouldn't even got to that point. Trey Lewis was the better man that day. That's just a fact. And when I made my predictions on the game, and I was like, yo, Trey Lewis getting over 20. Like, I don't know what people thought Trey Lewis was going to get 10 points. I don't know what people thought. I don't know who the fuck people think Trey Lewis is. What, he can't hoop or something? I know LP, you know what I'm saying? He talk great, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, LP respects the game of basketball, and he knows Trey Lewis can hoop in his core-to-core. And as a result, LP gave away some shots, didn't contest a 3-ball. Trey Lewis could shoot 3-ball at an elite level. The game should have been over at 30-23. Oh, my bad. Joseph. I keep saying Trey. My bad. Joseph. The game should have been over at 30-23. LP, I think he should have went back and finished the game, but at the same time, the ref should have called those 5 dribbles. I mean, to be honest with you, he should have just went back and finished the game. He should have went back and finished. That's just the God honest truth. And listen, man, in that moment, he's probably thinking, man, I ain't going back. Because if you go, I ain't gonna lie to you, if LP go back and he go back and finish that game, basketball guys probably reward Joseph. Basketball guys probably reward Joseph. And that's just, it is what it is. But I think that the thing with this situation is, what's crazy is, if he goes back to finish the game, the community has a lot more respect for him than they have at this particular moment. That's why I was like, bro, be careful. Perception is everything. You want to make sure you're doing the right thing at all times. That's why I didn't want him to crash out, do anything on the neck. I was like, lock in, make sure you do the right thing here. And you say the right things, because some of this can be irreparable damage. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, the ref should have called 5 dribbles. But at the end of the day, the game should have ended on a free throw. The game should have ended at 30-23, bro. Also, I want to say, this is from Nas right here. Also, I want to say, good can dub Trey Lewis. The way you was cheated yesterday was absolutely disgusting. And I don't even feel right not saying anything. Literally had game point and got foul shooting and then fouled again. So you should have went to the free throw line twice. And then people made this rule that has never been a rule to say we can't win our free throw. That's a fact. I mean, I've never seen that in our game, in our sport. The only time I've seen that in our sport was when Moon decided not to take the free throw against Nesco in June's league. I'm talking about a big game of that stature. Other than that, but Moon decided not to take that free throw. I've never seen a situation where someone is not allowed to have a free throw for game. If that's the case, he can, said opponent can hack his way to being back in the game, because he knows he's not gonna get a free throw if that person gets an advantage on a drive or a bump on a jump shot. When the F that ever been a rule? Come on now, and for them to blatantly call or not call 5 dribbles and try to run away with that when it's OD. I apologize for you even having to go through that, and that game was worse than me and Briscoe, which is hard to say. But like I said, they cheated because that doesn't fit the agenda, and they ain't want the new face of YouTube to lose. Stay blessed, my boy. You did exactly what you said you was going to. Who the hell is Nas referring to? I mean, if he's talking about, I'm not gonna put it on me, but It's a lot of people he could be referring to when he says, and they ain't want the new face of YouTube to lose. Lord have mercy. This is a strong message right here. This is a strong message. Wow. This is a strong message. Oh, wow. Damn, see, stuff like this makes me want to see Nas and LP even more. I'm gonna be honest with you. LP is gonna have to rematch Joseph because at the end of that game, Davo was giving Joseph the win. He was like, fair is fair, and Joseph has to win based on disqualification or forfeit. So he's gonna have to rematch Joseph in order to even think about either that, or he's gonna have to obliterate Zay, which is not gonna happen. I do want to talk. I'm gonna call LP soon to see if he's actually getting in shape, though. Man, it's points in that game where I'm seeing LP have the same issues he had with Uncle Scoob. I'm watching the game, right, Chad? I'm watching the game, right? I'm watching the game, and I'm like, yo, it looks like he's having the same. His hands are down. Trey Lewis just looks like he's more in shape. Trey Lewis is up on him all the way on his possessions. LP is airballing some shots. He's taking very long threes that are bombs, and I'm really looking at him like, man, you're telling me that you're getting in shape. You're telling me that you're doing the right things, but it's not appearing on the basketball court in these big games. Now, I understand when you play guys that you're completely better than, you're gonna obliterate them. But when you're playing a guy like Joseph, or a guy like Zay, man, they are going to prolong the game. And with Zay, it's going to be a downhill battle. He is going to go downhill the whole time, and you're going to have to absorb that bump from him over and over and over and over again. And as a result, is it going to take away your legs? I have no question about LP's abilities if he's in shape. But that's not an excuse either. That's not an excuse either. Trey Lewis showed up and showed out. Joseph, I'm gonna botch it up. Hey, Joseph, I'm gonna botch it up a little bit, gang, for a little minute, all right?
I know. So let's talk about a few things, right?
Bro, that Nas message is a strong message, chat. That Nas message is a strong message. It could be in general, but there are certain people that Nas is talking about, bro. It's no doubt in my mind. It's no doubt in my mind. Especially the way he played in the KOTC that same day, and he's able to post that message with that amount of confidence and that amount of ferocity. There's no doubt about he's speaking specifically about certain people in the chat, in the community.
I'm gonna say this because I was just talking to Teague. It was funny, not even funny. I was talking to Teague and mid range, right? So before this event, the night before even, LP Herb called me and said he was talking about a whole bunch of yeah. Herb was in the event. Turn. Let me talk about before the event, right? So number one, I'm gonna just say this: if anybody feel like I don't want to say throw you on the bus. If anybody feel like I'm saying anything you don't like, feel free to call me. Before the event, original refs was supposed to be.
Chat, hit that like button, please. Get the 300 likes. We have 500 people in. Get the 300 likes.
You know, this is confirmed. 2 months before, booked all the flights. Ref Rob called me 2 days before the event, maybe 3 days. and said the college he worked at has a game if he can't make it. You know what I mean? They were basically going to
Referee.
fire him.
Try to get referee.
And I was very, very, very disappointed because I felt like, hey, man, I booked this, weeks and months in advance. You know what I mean? Let's run through from the top. So night before the event, I told the refs, I said, call everything. I said, call it like it's the NBA. I don't care if you call so many fouls where it's not even a fun game. I said, call every foul. If a two-hand push him on the jump, call it. Who cares? Just call everything. Call every foul. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I think Teague said...
Somebody in the chat just made a great point. Somebody in the chat just made a great point. Nas is BIL. He is an OTD. Because I specifically remember him saying he can't do a one-on-one if it's not BIL/partner. So I believe contractually Nas is obligated to BIL. So that could give you like not a battery in your back, but a freeness to speak your mind in situations like this, especially when LP is at the forefront of off the dribble right now. He's at the forefront.
Teague said, if I wasn't there, I would have thought you was crazy, but I heard you tell the ref, call everything. I said, I don't care who it is, call every foul, right? So let's start from the jump. Tell on Mike Harden game. That was a long game. But I don't think the calls were really odd. I seen some people in the chat was saying like Mike Harden wasn't getting a lot of calls. I think Mike Harden was just missing free throws, which confused me because Mike Harden could shoot the out the ball. So, you know what I mean? That's like my take on that. I feel like that game was solid, you know what I mean?
Not covering that game yet. Focus on LP and Joseph right now.
Second game, Dooley and Bruce game. So the refs asked me before the event, and y'all asked mid-range, go on his channel, y'all asked mid-range. They said, can the game end off free throws? I said, it's basketball. If you hit a free throw, that's the game, bro. What are we talking about? I think if anybody ever watched our channel, we've had games win off free throws all the time. Like, I was super confused. So I wasn't watching Dooley and Bruce's game, but I guess Dooley got fouled and they called it on the ground. And so everybody came and asked me, we get to the next game. I think Dooley and Bruce's game is when it was blowing me, pause. Like, blowing me, watching it. Like, what are we doing? And game was Nesco and Jerome.
I want to get to LP's game. I'm going to cover the rest of this later.
I think that's what they were saying. So he called on all the games on Dooley and Bruce on point, or on game winner. They were calling everything on the ground, and that's stupid. If I'm fouled and I'm shooting the ball on a layup, it is a foul. Give me the ball. I can shoot it. Like, what are we talking about? It is not, like, we've never done that. That was my main thing. We've never done that. Anybody who knows, you can always win on a free throw.
Why are we not strong? And this is, Dave, I'm telling you, this is not me coming at you, bro. Like, every time I critique, I feel like people feel like I'm coming at them. Why are we not strong arming that mid-event? There's like, why are we not, okay, I'm a genuine question. Why are we not strong arming that mid-event? Like, you see the physicality of a Dooley and Bruce, right? You let that game play out, right? You let that game play out because that's how that game has been called the entire time, right? You let that game play out. But why are we not strong arming that shit when we come together? You see some things you don't like and the way it's going on? Because Nesco and Jerome Randall was phenomenal. I'm putting that on the record right now. Nesco and Jerome Randall, that game was the best game of the card. I was glued. That game was insane. But why are we not coming together, right, after a game that we don't like? Like, let's say, because Dooley and Bruce were the second game of the night, right? And we see how that game was called. It was a hack fest. It was bad bump, in my opinion. And it was almost damn near basketball football. It was almost like, come on, right? Why are we not coming together after that game and be like, yo, what are we doing? I told you guys to call this game a certain way. I told you guys that, you know what I'm saying, we should be ending on a free throw if somebody's like, why not come together at that particular junction? Because it's only the second game of the day. It's only the second game of the day. And Mike Cantello didn't end regarding a free throw. And if it did, it was separation already, right? All I'm saying is that it should have been a slight huddle to be like, yo, like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I'm hiring y'all for. Call the game how I told y'all to call the game last night.
Even with these same exact refs, we've always had where you can win on a free throw. This is what blew me the most, Pauls. Like, we've never, ever, ever, ever done that. Ever. So that confused the shit out of me. And I'm running around trying to, do all type of shit, crashing into cameras.
Yeah, Nesco and Jerome was phenomenal. Nesco and Jerome was phenomenal. Beautiful bump. My bad.
Next game, LP game.
Here we go.
Let's get to it. I think that was potential to be a great, great, great game. So let's do this. So Trey Lewis got fouled, and he got fouled twice, and he should have got the free throw, right? But here's how I felt. Do I think he should have got the free throw 100%? But I felt like if I would have done that, and I was talking to Scoob, and I was like, maybe this is the moment where, besides the refs being, this was the moment where I could have made a different decision. But I felt like if I forced that game, if I forced Trey Lewis to get that shot, that would have been a disservice to Dooley and Bruce game. And I'm saying
okay, let me let you finish.
And y'all tell me if I'm wrong, Chad. I'm 100% like that. That's my question. If I would have changed that rule halfway through the event, anybody else who lost from that same rule would be like, "What the is going on? You allowed him to do this and not
fair."
And so that was that. I'm on the sideline telling the ref, "What the are we doing, bro? That's a foul. He need to shoot the free throw." But 100%. I do think,
But that's a discussion that you can have. In my opinion, that's fair though. That's fair. But in my opinion, that is a discussion that you can have with Bruce and Dooley, and they can immediately rematch. And I'm pretty sure, knowing Bruce and Dooley, those brothers would do it. They would do it. Bruce and Dooley will 100% run that. Bruce don't care. Bruce will play 2 games. Bruce will play 2 games in one day. But not making that decision at that time led to another game not ending. That's why I felt, that's why at the time, like, okay, LP took the 5 dribbles. Should have never got to that point, in my opinion. LP was getting outplayed that day. Trey Lewis got into that jab, chat. Trey Lewis got into that jab. He rolls up. He made that 3 for the and one, right? He made that 3 for the and one. And I was like, yeah, this game's over. I was like, yeah, this game. Y'all know what I be saying. This game's over. I was like, this game's over, right? And that's the man. Don't take this as hate. It's just a fact. I don't know. Everything I say be framed as hate. It's the third pay-per-view in a row where a game hasn't ended. This is the third pay-per-view in a row where a game hasn't ended. And there had to be damage control based on games not ending. Like we've had to do a Nesco Todd Lawson rematch. Nas and Briscoe hasn't ended. And now Joseph and LP hasn't ended. So all I'm saying is, right, I'm paying for everybody's pay-per-view event. I'm getting Nas's. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care what's going on. Like, I really don't care, like, what dynamic our relationship I got with a certain player. I'm buying everybody pay-per-view. I don't know about Hitman Holla pay-per-view yet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I really like that lineup. I might get it, but I don't know if I like that lineup for $25. I'm gonna keep it on the Hitman. You know, I know you. But I'm gonna purchase Nas's. I got OTDs. I'm gonna get the March 27 pay-per-view. But I think if you would have had a conversation with Dooley and Bruce and the way they felt about the game in terms of, man, why are we not getting free throws? You know what I'm saying, to end the game, they would have done the rematch immediately. But now since another game hasn't ended, it's officially another blemish. That's just a fact. Like, this is not me, the Ellis doing all this. This is just a fact.
The call with the ref not seeing 5 dribbles, bro. It's like, I'm 50-50 mix. I understand. I'm 50. I see Lamar and I see Trey, and the real culprit is the ref. You did not call that 5th dribble. What the is like, it's right in front of you. Everybody in the gym saw the 5th dribble. You know what I mean? And you didn't call it. Now, you didn't call it, and you allowed Lamar to win, and you declared a win. Now, one ref said it was 4. The other ref down low said it was 5. But the ref at the top who said it was 4.
Oh, somebody in the chat said something too. But they gave Tello 3 points for an and one no free throw to send Mike Harden into halftime. Yeah, that did happen. I was kind of like, yeah, what the hell is that? Because it was 12-5. Man, it was 12-5. It was 12-5. I was watching that game too, obviously because it's Mike. I'm supporting Mike. And yeah, Tello got an and one, and it was sent to halftime. He got the extra point. I was like, yo, what is going on? That did happen too. So it was kind of all over the place.
He declared the win to Lamar. And the 5th rule, the other ref, they went and talked and they went and looked at a review and was like, okay, it was 5, right? So my opinion about it, I blame the ref, right? So instead of blaming the ref, y'all blame me, right? I always take accountability over everything. I blame the ref, but blame me. I don't blame LP. I don't blame Trey Lewis. Trey Lewis put on a show. Y'all heard me say it. If you're asking my opinion about it, it's hard. I can't really say. I'll give you my opinion about it. I do think, and I talked to Lamar about this, so I think, like, I'm with right or wrong. I think LP should have for sure came back and played, but it falls on the ref for allowing that nigga to do.
LP should have never came back and played because LP my dog, but I cannot sugarcoat it. I cannot sugarcoat it. This is my mindset about it, chat, and everybody's going to be watching this video. LP should have never came back and played because LP should have lost 30-23. LP should have lost 30-23, bro. Like, LP my dog, man. I listen, bro. I got real love, like genuine love for LP. But he should have lost 30-23.
Do 5 dribbles and not calling it. That's my thing. You gotta call it. You gotta call it. Like, y'all saying LP quit. Did LP quit? The nigga said it was 4 dribbles. He asked the ref said 4 dribble. That's the ref fault. You burnt out. You know what I mean? You burnt out. Burnt out. I don't with that. Burnt out. For real, you can't blame LP. The ref's the one who missed the call. That's why I said you can't blame LP. I do wish he would have came back and played just because, yeah, I mean, just here's how I felt about it. I felt like if LP would have came back, right, and played and lost, let's say he gave the ball back to Trey and lost, it would have been like, you know what, you a real, but it's not hit. I ain't saying he not one because the refs made the call and said it was 4. Ref, you f***ed up. You f***ed up, bro, and you can't fault the player. It's the ref. And that's what I'm saying. You can't even fault the ref. You got to fault me for bringing the ball here, bro. So that, bro, simple as that, bro. That was OD, bro. OD. I'd never cheat for nobody.
It's really tough when you think about it. The ref says you wanted to realize it was fraud drills, but at the same time, should have came back and finished the game. I still think LP's elite. It happens. He lost, but he's still one of them ones for sure.
Then the last game, King of the Court, Nas looked great. Let's talk about that. Nas looked great. It looked like
LP, my dog. I'm gonna continue to say that. I'm gonna always say that. But I have an obligation to the fans. I have an obligation to the fans to make sure that I tell the truth, that my integrity stays intact. Nas is up $1 million. Nas is up right now. And this is not LP. This is no hate to you, brother. I hope you understand that. But based on how the game unfolded and how some of and I understand, bro, if you have loved ones lost, bro, prayers up all the time, bro. I'm just strictly talking about the gameplay. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. The gameplay in that game was very, very similar to school. It was. It was very, very similar to the way you approach the school game. Hands down, fatigue. What else? Sometimes bad shot selection based on the fatigue. And as a result, Trey Lewis, who is in more shape than you, was able to press up more, have more legs on his jump shot in big moments. And as a result, he really should have won 30-23. Now, I have no doubt in my mind the type of player LP is. But devices can hinder you. You gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. You gotta stop whatever you're doing, brother. You gotta stop it because it's gonna hinder your greatness. It's gonna hinder your greatness, and we will never see your true potential. Nas, I don't know. It's a KOTC. It's a KOTC, but I want to make sure that I keep my same energy as if LP would have played that KOTC and dominated in the same fashion as Nas did. Because if LP would have dominated that KOTC the way Nas dominated KOTC, I would have been up here. LP looked incredible. Nas looked like the #1 player. No fucking debate at all. No debate at all. And that version of LP that we got against Joseph, it ain't being Nas.
looked like damn near best in the gym. You know what I mean? That looked great for sure. So that was cool. I think that it was just like that was right after the LP game, and everybody was so confused and blown about that. That was like,
It's not my thing to shout out Nas. Now I want to see tomorrow play Nas and whoever. I gotta see before now in my opinion, I gotta make sure I'm consistent. Before I see Nas and LP now, I want to see the Trey Lewis rematch. I gotta see the Trey Lewis rematch. I just have to. I have to see the Trey Lewis rematch, man. All fairness to why I keep saying Trey Lewis, the Joseph Lewis rematch, because in fairness to Joseph, he performed at the highest level that day, and he was ready to go. Got to give him that rematch, and you have to give him the proper just due, because he don't even want that win. He said it. All right, here we go, y'all. Before we get to it, I want to watch Trey Lewis's reaction to everything. So let's go ahead and lock in. Let's see what Trey Lewis has. It's going to be the first video of the day, and then we're going to get into some other things as well, chat. So here we go.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Let a few people jump on here. I'll recap a few things. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and talk, give a live reaction to the game that happened tonight, and just a couple other things that's been on my heart that I've been wanting to share for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's been a minute since I've been live, so yeah, I'm going to let a couple more people tap in, and then I'm going to leave it up on my page so people can see. But let's just get right into it. Number one, the game was a battle. It was a dog fight, me versus Lamar. Shout out Off the Dribble for having me on. It's a dope space, man. It's something that, you know, the one-on-one basketball scene right now is growing in popularity. People love to tap in. It's great. You know, there's a couple platforms out there that's doing it big. Off the Dribble, definitely one of them. So,
quit the politics. Get to it. Quit the politics.
He thought it was going to be light. He
Thank
kept
you.
saying he was going to beat me 30-10. Obviously, I knew I wasn't going for that. But I had to show up and earn my respect in this space because nobody going to give it to you. You got to take it. And it went down to the wire. It was a fight. I don't necessarily like how the game ended because neither of us scored 30. The final score was 29-28, and there was a lot of talk about what happened. So I'm just coming on here to address it head on. I had the game won. I was up 29, 20 something. I don't even know what he had, but
28.
He fouled me going to the
22,
basket.
22.
So I should have took my free throw to win the game. I wanted to take the free throw initially, but then they were saying, oh, you can't win on a free throw. When, mind you, I've seen plenty of games end on a free throw in the one-on-one space. So, but then after they was like, you know, you don't want to win like that. So I'm like, all right, forget it, check up. But just to be clear, I would have took my free throw and got up out of there because the goal is to win, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to the one-on-one space. Like, if you can't win the game on a free throw, people just gonna foul. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be it's not basketball at that point. It become, you know, something totally different, and that's how people can get hurt. That's how.
So they told him he couldn't get his free throw. This is wow.
Fights can happen and stuff like that, and you just want to avoid that. So I would just say moving forward, you know, there just needs to be more clarity around, you know, that. So, you know, I didn't take my free throw, and then, you know, he hit a comeback. You know, he had a great comeback, and at the end of the game, he got 28 points. In the last play, he drove, but he took 5 dribbles. He made a move, took 5 dribbles, and I called it out. I was like, yo, that's 5 dribbles. And then nobody said nothing. And so he walked off the court like he won. So I was assuming that I counted wrong, and it was really 4 dribbles. So I'm like, dang, the game over. And then they looked at the replay and saw he took 5 dribbles. So they called him back out, say, hey, Lamar, come back out and play. And he's like, no, game over, game over. So I went out and talked to him in the lobby. I was like, look, bro, they said it was 5 dribbles. Come check up. Let's finish the game. And he said, nah, bro, they missed it. So it is what it is. And I'm like, bro, and I told him straight up, yo, they are going to kill you online if you don't come out and finish this game. He like, man, I don't care. You know, it is what it is. And from his perspective, you know, I could get where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I could have won the game off the free throw if we gonna keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? So that's my, raw feelings. I mean, at the end of the day, they gave me the win, but I don't want the win like that. Like, I want it to be clear who won. I don't want it to be like, okay, you won because of this or that. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to do a rematch. If I'm being honest, I don't think Lamar wants to do the rematch, because if you wanted to play, he could have came out and played right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So,
LP gonna do the rematch. There's no way. Knowing LP is no way he don't do the rematch. It's no way. I will be highly disappointed, man. I will be highly disappointed if the Brody don't do the rematch, man. Because I think, it's one of those situations, Chad, you correct me if I'm wrong, like, as a man, right? In certain situations, like, man, it's like where pride comes in, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't doing it. They ain't call it. They ain't calling. I ain't tripping. What you mean? But then once you come down from that, and then you take a step back and you realize the situation, you get a post like what LP posted, taking accountability and say he would run the rematch if he would want to do the rematch. So I do want to make sure that, what's the words I'm looking? What's the words I'm gonna say? I do want to make sure that LP, y'all know LP at least took accountability, because not going back play the game, not a good look at all.
but I'd be open to it. And I'm excited though. I'm excited because I'm ready for whatever in this space. I love the game. I still believe I got a lot of game left in me. So I appreciate everybody who watched the game, who tuned in. And yeah, so that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. Second thing I wanted to talk about is this whole transition I've been going through.
I do want to hear this.
As of lately, why I go by Joseph now, and why I started a new Instagram page. So I want to kind of break that down. Number one, because a lot of people got these questions like, why do you go by Joseph? Number one, that's my real name. Joseph is my real name. My name is Joseph Lewis III. That is what's on my birth certificate. Trey is not on my birth certificate. Trey is a nickname because I am the third, right? And, so a lot of people is like, yo, why you going by that now? And the simple answer, like, it's a story for another day, and I'll break that down. But the simple answer is, I believe God is calling me to go by my true identity, my real name, which is Joseph, which means that God will increase you. That's what my name means, and for a long time I was running from that because I wanted to build my own identity in this world. But now I'm just going by my name, and that's what it is. So the reason that I have a new Instagram page that I want everybody to go follow, because I will be deleting this page soon, and I'm gonna get into why. But my new page is gonna be It's Just Joseph, and the O is a 0, so it's just J0SEPH. That's gonna be my new IG, which I'm gonna be using going forward. But the reason I'm switching it, because I would have just switched my name on this page, but for some reason Instagram will not allow me to. So if y'all could help me out, maybe tag Instagram in this to see if they can fix this problem. But I think it's because my account was verified before they start coming out with all this meta verification stuff.
Can't change the name once you verify.
I guess they won't allow me to change my name for whatever reasons, but I'm not able to. And so I got to give up the whole verification, all of that stuff, because I feel that strongly about it, that I need to start going by my real name. So that's why, I want people to follow me on my new account. It's just Joseph. The O is a 0. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. And if I could just change my Trey Lewis 3 page to It's Just Joseph, I would have did that. Because a lot of people are like, why you giving up the page? But truthfully, I think it's deeper than that. I think, in this world, everybody's so worried about being verified and all of this. And I'm willing to give that up because at the end of the day, man, that stuff don't mean nothing. It really don't mean nothing. It means something to other people. But, when you truly know who you are, I'm already verified. I'm verified in real life. You know what I'm saying? As God's child, and I don't need no other, nothing else to go with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man.
The hell are you doing, man? What was that? No. We not the hold on. What was that? Why you did that? Yeah, you had a great video going, and then you did this.
Go with that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, man, don't bite your shirt in front of me no more, man. We have a serious issue. Are you out of your mind, man?
So that's it, man. That's really much all I want to talk about. I only got a couple more minutes on here because I got to go finish my laundry. But much love to all y'all who tuned in. Somebody said play Nas. Look, I'm open to playing anybody in this space. Let me go through and check some of the comments out. But yeah, I mean, I'm with that. As y'all see, you know, they said Lamar was top dog in this space. They say
he's one of the top dogs. He's not the top dog. That's my dog, dude. We got a lot of top dogs. We got Lamar, we got School, we got Nas, we got Zay, we got C4, you got Rob, you got Moon, you got a lot of top dogs now. Come on now.
He was, you know, the one to beat. He's the best one-on-one guy. And, you know, I believe I beat him tonight. And, but I'm willing to do a rematch if people are questioning that, because I want it to be clear-cut, you know. But like I said, I don't think he really wants to play me again.
He gonna no LP a real one, bro. LP a real one, bro. He gonna play you again, bro. I don't see something to where like LP is definitively denying playing you again, especially once he came down from everything, had a couple phone calls with people, whatever the case may be that he did. I'm pretty sure LP will play you again, bro. He solid, bro. Solid. He understands like when he's wrong in a situation and taking accountability of the situation, man.
But I'm willing to play anybody in this space. And let me just clarify this too, what I do it for, man. I'm not in this for me. For those who don't know, I gave up my professional career to do full-time ministry and follow the call of God that's on my life. And I believe God has now redeemed me and brought me back to the game for him. And so I'm here to be a light, to represent Christ in this space. So win, lose, or draw, man, I'm going to go out here and compete. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about respect. And I respect this space. So I'm going to give it my all every single time. And that's the brand of basketball that I play. I'm going to play fair. I'm going to play hard. And I'm going to give glory to God in this space. So I appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody.
Hit the like button and subscribe, man. We'll see you guys in the next video. But I will say this. Before we sign out of this video, first of all, I'm pretty sure Dave, I don't know if Dave was going to book that rematch for before Zay or after, but that rematch does need to happen. And whatever LP is going through, you know what I'm saying? Because I seen some posts he had made. So I'm praying for him if he's going through something right now. But he's at the end of the day, he's gonna have to fix devices. He's gonna have to fix it. Until he fixes devices and he locks in and he gets in shape totally, he'll never be a top. He'll never get to where he wants to go. He'll never be the guy. He'll never be the guy, ever, until he fixes that. Got to give up the partying. Got to give up the drinking. Got to give it up. Got to give it up. Let the lifestyle go for the bigger picture. See you on next video. I want to watch this real quick with y'all as well. Let's go ahead and get into this real quick. Here we go. Hold on. sure, man. We got Dev in the lab addressing the controversy at BIL OTD events. Calls out the refs. Let's get to it.
People like to start lives in certain places and, like clip me on certain things. I blame everything on me. I'm gonna just go over it. When we're doing the rule book, me and Matt could have finished that, so this didn't happen. I could enforce who was keeping track of the fouls. I just didn't know because I was on the sideline. So blame me for everything. I know everybody likes to, blame.
What? What? All right. So I'm officially intrigued. I'm officially intrigued now. Blame you for what? Blame you for what? What are you blaming you for?
Blame me for everything because I think Dave had a great event. But Nas tagged me saying that, and I'm pretty sure he tagged a bunch of other people. It was a shadow tag. I want these dudes to lose. The only person who just refuses to do it? Nas. Nas freaking won. He keeps winning. So, what are you going to do? So, look, guys, I'm just trying to support the scene and trying to get everything, going. But it is what it is, man. So I didn't even know what happened with Lamar and Trey. I was getting calls. I'm trying to watch the game. And I'm stepping in front of this because, I don't want to just make it seem like it's Davo or I woke up just looking at the comments seeing people blame Davo. I was like, bro, it's a lot that was going on. Davo was on the mic.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. As a platform owner, a lot of things fall on your shoulders. It is what it is. If something happens at a TNC event, the shit falls on Scotty's shoulders. The streams was cutting up at the BIL event, 480p, and then the audio is delayed from what I was hearing. It falls on AK's shoulders.
He was running.
If had the BRP event not ended, come on, man.
Cameras, and I'm gonna let him tell his side, but from my side, I was just, I'm driving across town and I'm trying to figure out who won. So I'm hearing Lamar took 5 dribbles. The ref didn't call it. He's walking out the gym. Y'all can probably tell me better because I didn't see it. But he took 5 dribbles and left the gym after he scored it, right? Here's my thing. What I think is crazy. Where did no free throw for game come from? Where did no free throw for game come from? Who made that rule? If that was the case, because basically I was hearing that Trey was getting fouled because they were saying no free throw for game, and so Lamar just mucked it up. And where did that come from?
Listen, man. God, listen, bro. God willing, bro, and I hope they figure it out. I hope they figure it out over there, and they get things right so it could push the space forward. But if stream is bad, let's say like the stream blacks out, at a TNC event or what else? The stream is laggy, or something happens with one of the players. It falls on Scotty's shoulders, bro. It falls on Scotty's shoulders. It falls on Scotty's shoulders. Nothing is different here. Nothing is different. And respectfully, Dev ain't got nothing to do with it either.
Joseph. He should have been at the free throw line shooting the free throw, but I'm hearing that the refs were saying that it was no. If they made that rule up, they got to go. Because I never was a part of no conversation Ball's life was off the drill. Nobody. I was never a part of no situation where there was like no free throw for a game. So I want to make this clear. Nas, I saw you what you said. Who's protecting Lamar? Let's be real. He turned the scene up for sure. When Nas was not playing, had not played for a Ball is Life event for like 7 months, Lamar was here turning it up on off the dribble. He was turning. Let's be real, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like, what are we talking about? No. Hey, look, nobody wants to protect this dude. When y'all go to Toronto, I'm looking for people to beat y'all, for sure. Now I could talk about some other stuff if y'all want, but I'm not gonna take it there. But I really want.
And do that for you.
Take no.
Take it down. I'm trying to heal. Right? I'm trying to heal. What happened?
Why? Because people need to understand that this is about wins and losses. Now, I cover Mike Harden for a reason. Mike Harden has taken some L's, but he's always been in the game. But the thing about the fact of the matter is, like, people look at your losses and feel like, oh, he's a scrub, he's washed. Like, bro, Mike Harden missed 6 free throws. Bruce missed like 8 free throws. A couple of them weren't even in the video. He missed like 8 free throws and lost his belt. If he would have made one out of the 8, he would have had. Bro, it's such a fine line. Some of y'all watch boxing. Just the slightest slip up, you knocked out, and you waking up on the camera is like, hey, what happened? Oh no, you got knocked out. This is basketball, bro. People go on runs, but y'all gotta understand, like, the refs controlling this foul situation a lot, but we have to get the rules in place. We do.
This is it's the same situation we had last time.
That's on me. That's on the people behind the scenes. So you could blame because I came in and made it very apparent I want to help clean up this stuff, some of that stuff. I'm not the control. I'm not the main character here. So
bro, if the rest of the event would have, if all of the event would have been the bump that Ness and Jerome Randall had, that event would have been incredible. Let me tell you something, bro. I rewatched Ness and Jerome, gang. I was like, yo, Jerome is moving and grooving. Ness did like a misdirection tween, and then like he stepped and crossed over to the mid-range elbow left side pull up. I said, oh Lord. If the bump would have been like that the entirety of the event would have been a 9 out of 10. Easily. And the only reason why I say 9 out of 10 is because G Herbo and Polo G ain't played.
I'm not the main. Like, I don't want it to seem like I'm giving off like I'm the head of this and that. Like, I am not. I'm just trying to help. I believe in Davo. I believe in Ballers Life. I watched this dude put all his money into this. I watched him bring all these celebrities into this. Pack the gym out. Have vendors, have sponsors. Like, I watched that. I watched that grow. So I know that it's a struggle doing what he did. I watched him pay for his own production team. And from what I'm hearing, they didn't necessarily live through it. And this is like wins and losses. You just try again. You know, I'm looking at the stream. Okay, so let's just keep moving on. If y'all want, I know it's a lot of people that hate Nas.
Hey, nigga stressing. Fuck!
And I'm not in agree. I don't agree with everything Nas does either. But if you really want to get Nas off his high horse and off his GOAT status, you got to beat him. He popped out in the King of the Court against Zay, Scoob, and King, and they didn't beat him. So what he gonna do? He gonna run to the Instagram and put the GOAT little thing on his story, and he gonna say what he want. If y'all don't like it, beat him. Send somebody to beat him, please. I'm trying to get Left Hand Down to lose. I'm trying. I can't wait for him to play Jerome Randall.
Oh man, the Dom, Dom, hey, Dom, you my dog. Hey, Dom, you my mans. Hey, Dom, you know I rock with you. But boy, you better be ready for Jerome. Pooh, whoa, that 37-year-old can get busy.
Now,
Boy, that boy, that cold.
Both of them tough. That's gonna be a matchup for the century. I can tell you that much because Dom just plays so hard that he not giving up what Nesco gave up yesterday. I'm gonna say this too.
The thing is though, but the thing is, the only difference between Dom and Ness is that Jerome is going to see. He's going to be able to see the basket. He's going to be able to see the basket more against Dom than against Ness. Although I will say Ness was playing cleaner than what they normally does.
Because I don't care. I want to put a battery in Nesco back too. I'm gonna say all this. I don't care. Y'all could villainize me. I've been a hero and I've been a villain on YouTube. I'm gonna say this. I'm talking I'm telling everybody that Nesco's gonna lose. And it's not anything I hate with Nesco. It's just like I know Jerome. I'm asking, and this is on camera. I'm asking. I think Dale and I asked this. Did you prepare for Jerome Randall? Nah. I don't. Do you know who he is? Nah. It's 2 days before the game. Jerome, on the other hand, is calling me. We're talking for a long time, but just, hey, bro, don't forget to use your timeouts. Don't forget to do this. Don't forget to do that. Bro, you good. Like, you what you do already, you preparing the right way. Just make sure you don't forget you don't complain to the refs. Make sure you breathe on the way to the top. And you got to be conditioned. Like, everybody.
All right. No, wait.
Be clowning me for saying people are tired because they are.
All right, so we're not going to change. One thing we're not going to do is, and I ain't talking about Dev with this. I seen some people in the chat talking about Nas, right? And what are you saying? What do you say right here? Nas only want to play people that's friendly with him. He playing school. Which you have to respect it. The LP game is still something I want to see. But LP got some unfinished business that he must handle. That's just a fact. LP got some unfinished business that he must handle. No lies told. Now my stance hasn't changed with none of these guys. But LP now has another obstacle in the road that he must handle. He must handle that. That's just a fact.
What we talking about? Jerome even came to me like, bro, I just didn't know the condition was like that. So I'm just like, bro, like, so he didn't tell me, he didn't prepare for him, and he lost. So now, like, he's back on. If he's back on his shit, like, cool. I'm so happy because the Nesco that I watched through Juniors League, that was my favorite Nesco. I love watching him play against Kill. I remember he fried Moon and
so bringing up TNC
Moon
guys.
and Nas 2-on-2. Came in there burning the house down. I remember that. So anyway,
hey, let me tell you something, man.
That's just,
in my opinion, he should be able to speak on whoever the hell he want to speak on. Without people saying, woulda, whoop. I'm going to keep it all the way a bean. Dev should be able to speak on whatever you want to speak on. Now, what comes with that after he says whatever he says is something you just got to deal with as well, right? When I speak on somebody or any situation and whatever repercussion comes from that, I just have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
is my perspective. So if you want to blame anything, and then the ball is life thing. So I watched as he choked Scar out. I watched them get into it. I watched Scar send Hezzy flying to the floor. I'm sitting here commentating, hey, bro, how you feel out there? Scar starts popping off. Hezzy walks up to it. You a bitch for that. You a bitch for that. What you did. I'm just sitting there like, bro, like, what is going on? The Nike people over there, loving the event, and they about to fight, an actual fist fight. He takes his shirt off and throws it in Scar's face while I'm sitting there interviewing. Bro, it was mayhem yesterday. Yesterday was crazy. So, It's on us to fix the quality of the streams. I'm behind the mic. I didn't have a chance to deal with that, but know that me and a bunch of other people are like, we can't have this type of stuff. But that's why I bought, like, today we're giving away a free stream, doing a free stream again, because we got to get this right. It's free. Right?
This why I'm really not going like trash or like down talk their product, because one, karma is real, right? So when somebody is actually, first of all, you want to provide your opinion in a respectful way, but when guys have hardships in terms of like quality of production, or even when a player has a bad night, you don't want to take that route of bashing them OD like that, like, because karma is real, and I don't want that to happen on TNC. So I'm not gonna come up here and be like, oh, about that, about them and the hardships that they went through that weekend. To me, that's corny, right? I'm gonna provide my take on the LP situation, Trey Lewis situation, and how it was handled, but I'm not about to be up here ODing, bro. That's corny.
Charging people is like, I want my money.
Because what if something happens over here?
Like, you ain't paying for nothing. It was free food. So, at the end of the day, I'm a fan. I enjoy watching the space, just like y'all. So I want to see things fixed. And if they don't get fixed, just know I'm doing, and everybody's doing all that they can to try to fix it. But y'all be foolish to think that this don't come with wins and losses. It does, whether you're on the court or off the court. Another thing, too, and I talked about this yesterday, I go up to the ref. I'm like, hey, look, like, if you take a dribble and you lose it and you don't get, and you go get the ball, you can go get the ball back if the other person doesn't hit it. The ref kept blowing his whistle when people were going to get the ball. So I go up to one of the refs. I'm like, hey, look, like, hey, I don't mind putting none of this out because I don't mess with that ref. That ball-headed ref with the glasses, I don't mess.
Why we keep putting this on the refs? This is what I don't like. Why is there like a collective effort to put it on the refs? When all niggas had to do was let Trey Lewis shoot his free throw.
That's what I'm at all for what he did yesterday. And I want to make this very clear. You can contact me and talk as a man, because when I was trying to,
I said it's a collective effort to put it all on the refs. I didn't say the refs don't deserve any blame. But it's like in my opinion, it's a collective effort to put everything on the refs. The refs don't have a face. The only ref that has a face in this scene is Lay. And Meech. Ref Rob too. So it's easy to put it on the refs because you could easily get rid of them and get new ones.
talk to you as a man, you don't want to talk. And I wasn't trying to show you up. And I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. But you didn't want to talk to me yesterday. So now I got to do this. And this is the second time I'm addressing you. So I go to the ref. I'm like, hey, look, like, like, he can go get that basketball back, right? He's like, oh, nah, like I tried to tell him. I go up. I'm saying, are you sure he hit the ball? He was like, I think I know what I saw. I know what I saw. So the ref come back. He's like, okay. Tall, light-skinned ref. I go to the ref. I'm like, hey, like, did y'all talk? He's like, I tried to talk to him. He said he.
So maybe Bird was right. maybe Bird was right about the ball. Y'all remember when Bird was talking about the ball head ref? Y'all remember? I don't know if y'all follow Bird on TikTok, but Bird was talking about. Y'all remember when Bird was talking about the ball head ref, bro? And he was saying, yo, that ball head ref. I don't know if y'all follow Bird on TikTok, but Bird's TikToks come on my For You page. Maybe Bird was right.
Got it. Okay. So then I go to the ref. I'm like, hey, that's not a turnover. And I'm talking to him exactly like I'm talking to y'all. I said, that's not a turnover that just happened. Like, you can go get the ball. He said, oh, the one play I missed? I mean, you saw, you talking about that play?
And one thing I would say, I don't think these brothers up here capping. I don't think Davo or Dev are up here capping, because you want to know why? Because Dev is too fluent in these stories. He's too fluent.
I'm like, yeah, I'm the play, he can go get it if you don't touch it, it's not a turnover. I think I saw it right. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, so now you just talking kind of crazy right now. So, let's just tone it down. I'm not trying to embarrass you right now. Oh, well, hey, look, I think I got it. And he started looking at me like this. I think I got it. I said, all right, bro, look, this is how you lose your position. And some of y'all probably saw when I was, we was talking. I was looking, man, it's how you lose your position. So if you want to keep at this and stay on your stance, I'm trying to talk to you as a man, but we can also get your ass up out of here. If that's what you...
Talk that shit to him. If you want to step outside, we can, you heard?
You really want. So we kind of had a whole thing. We kind of separate. We go our separate ways. I couldn't wait to talk to this dude after the event. However, I had to beeline it over to the Ball His Life event. So I didn't get a chance to talk. So just know, if you watching this, I want to talk to you as a man. Because people are not fucking with you at all right now. People are not fucking with you at all. And I know how hard it is to ref these one-on-ones. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but if you don't want that and you just want to be an idiot, then come, let's talk this out. Because clearly you got something going on that you can't handle all this stuff. And if you're not built to handle this scene, whether you're a player or a ref, get the fuck out of here. Fuck are we talking about?
Yeah. This is genuine. This is genuine, this thing. All of this actually happened. All of this for sure actually happened. All trolling aside, I do think they were awful. Especially in those first two games. In those first two games, they were awful. Awful. And then you cap it off to where you're telling Trey Lewis to where he can't take a free throw for game. You're telling Dooley and Bruce, quote unquote, because I think Dooley and Bruce were in the same situation. They can't take a free throw for game, but I think there is a pie chart here. There is a pie chart here to where you see that, and you gotta pull him to the side as the guy that's giving him compensation. And you gotta be like, yo, bro, didn't I just talk to y'all last night about how to call these games? The first two games were 3 hours and 20 minutes or something like that on that first stream. Because y'all know I'm tapped in the mic, and I rock with Bruce heavy. Bruce, one of the most stand-up guys in the scene. And I'm watching the first two games. I'm like, are we watching the Super Bowl? Are they tackling each other? So, it was.
Anyways, that's how I feel about that. And I'm talking to you. Since you don't want to talk to me yesterday, I'll make it public. Yeah, we got to get this ref the fuck out of here. Let's be real. Because he fucked the game up. So, I'm trying to be cool about everything, but...
But to be honest with you, Dev, and just keep it all the way 100, I don't think that's your position at that time to tell him how to call the game. Especially in the middle of the game. And I understand, from what I understand, Davo was ripping and running, whatever the case may be. But I don't think that's your position, bro. And the reason why I say that is because you're not compensating him. You're not compensating him. So he looking at you like, bro, if you don't get out of my face, man, you ain't what you mean. That's probably how he looking at you. You know what I'm saying? And I swear it's no disrespect at all, but like that's probably how he's like, yo, bro, like, what are you talking about, bro? So I just think if a huddle was had and conversations was had mid-event, especially once it got to the pay-per-view side, it probably could have ended better. But I'm not gonna say what the chat's saying right now. They kind of going crazy.
Anyways, so that's how the games went. That's how the event yesterday. It was a wild day. There's a lot of ups and downs. I love the Nesco versus Jerome game. I wish some of the games were cleaned up, but the players are going to do what the
Nesco. I'm gonna say this again. The Nesco Jerome game was the epitome of 1v1 basketball. The Nesco versus Jerome, it was the epitome of 1v1. That was beautiful. Watching, I was like, I really enjoyed that game.
Where the fuck did the don't end on a free throw came from? I cannot having to address this early in the morning, bro. But I hope, I know Davo don't run from nothing, bro. Davo don't run from nothing. He gonna own up to everything that, he feel like he did wrong or did right. I'm here to say that this dude was wearing so many hats yesterday. I'm walking around. I guess I'm just a Davo defender, but I just know that he putting so much into this. So, that's the way I feel about it, man. I think that he did a great job for what it's worth. And having to wear that many hats and balance that, he did a great job bringing out sponsors, and it's only going to go up. A lot of y'all think that people can't make mistakes. He's going to make mistakes. So I make mistakes.
But no, listen, that's a fact. And I'm not condemning any of the mistakes at all, because that's part of life. That's going to happen in these pay-per-view events. But the only thing that, bruh, because I want to make sure that I say these things and that it's not misconstrued. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. It's the third pay-per-view in a row where a game doesn't end. Something must change contractually in the events to where there will be no compensation for you, or you're only getting a quarter of your pay if you don't finish this game. Start docking niggas, man. This is now becoming consistent, is what, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure obviously it was a successful turnout. People pulled up, and that's the last thing you want to happen again, especially on March 27th. You know what I'm saying?
I said things and Davo protected me. I was on, early on, I was on Lamar, and I was very critical of him because he was out of shape. And Davo, he never really came to me and told me not to do stuff, but he was like, yeah, you was kind of on him. And I was like, bro, like, I'm happy that he called me out on it. And I was just like, bro, look, because I just believe in Lamar's game and his talent so much. That's all. I wanted him to be in shape. So early on, I had to kind of correct and dial back on the criticism because I understand. Some of the just different players. When they came out to Detroit, I had to hit them up, bro. Like, I was told to gas things up a little bit, but I was a little over the top. I'm a man. I own up to it, because if I was I'm not out on that court battling out like them. So I hit them dudes up and was apologizing early. Like, I could have handled that differently, and I don't want to seem like I'm disrespectful. But a lot of guys on this side, they know what I'm on. Like, I'm here to instigate. I'm here to, honestly, I'm going to just get people riled up just so they can comment. And I'm talking about the fans. I'm here to say crazy stuff because I know the engagement been through the roof.
Salute. I mean, but the thing is, though,
anyways,
hold on. Let me make sure
let's
I hear
get
it.
ahead
Let me
of
make sure I hear that.
Here to say crazy stuff because I know the engagement been through the roof. I'm riled up just to instigate. Respectful. But a lot of guys on this side, they know what I'm on. Like, I'm here to instigate. I'm here to, honestly, I'm going to just get people riled up just so they can comment. And I'm talking about the fans. I'm here to say crazy stuff because I know the engagement been through the roof. So,
Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm biased.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
And I want to make it clear. I want Nas to lose. But hey, know that y'all talk about bias. I'm biased Uncle School, but I ain't like about to cheat for him. I ain't never about to cheat.
Wait, no, I don't like Dev. Don't.
For him. I
See,
enjoy watching School.
how do I say this, man? Because I don't want it to come off as crazy. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing.
But what can you say? Do you think Lamar lost? Well, I think they gave the win. All right, so look, the refs missed a lot of calls. If the ref missed the call and he scored it, that's really Lamar's game. Now, I'm all for what's fair. If they reviewed it, because I think mid-range told me that that they looked at the monitor and they were split. This was mid-range. I'm gonna let mid-range tell because I could be telling it wrong. They looked at the monitor, and when the game happened, the layup went through, and then they looked at the monitor and they were like, "Hold on." So I think that they were the ones that stopped it and was like, "Oh, that's 5 dribbles. Like, come on back." And Lamar didn't want to come back. He won. Now, what would you do if you was Lamar? If you got your bucket ref call, how about this? If you fouled the crap out of somebody and they didn't call it, and the scores table was like, "Hey, that's a foul." How would you feel? That's why I want you to put yourself in that position. Now, also put yourself in the position of Trey, because Trey, I talked to Trey. He was like, "Oh man, I thought when he scored it, I was like, dang, like." I just thought it wasn't 5. I thought it wasn't 5 dribbles. I thought it took 4. Maybe I saw it wrong. And when the score table said it, he was like, He went back up to the hallway. "Hey, let's finish the game." Like, like he gave him every chance to finish it. And Lamar was just like, "Bro, that's game." So I'm hearing both sides. I heard Lamar's story. I heard Trey. I even heard Nas' story. Because Nas is actually hella funny for what he's doing. He went, he's taking to social media because him and Lamar don't like each other. They don't. They do not like each other. And he took to social media and pretty much was like, "Hey, you cheated."
But here's
All right, I'm at
first of all, that's predictable. That's predictable. Like, did any of us really expect? Okay, real shit though. Did any of us really expect for Nas not to be going on social media after that instance? After having a same scenario in the previous pay-per-view? So did we with a guy that he despises right now? So if you expected Nas to play good Samaritan, good citizen, good basketball player, and just not say nothing about that, you are the stupidest person in the world. If you expected Nas to say absolutely nothing about the game not ending and the way LP quote unquote conducted himself, or the reason why the game not ended. You really think Nas wasn't gonna say something about that publicly? The way they've been trolling each other for months. Come on, man. Quit it. Come on, man. That was the most predictable thing in the world. I was waiting on it.
what you about to say, Mandy? What you about to say? What's good? You about to start a pot? I already know.
One question for you, right? I get it was game point, right? But if the score was 18-20, and the refs say that okay, it was 5 dribbles. Is the game over with or what? Or does he come back and play?
Okay, so but I'm gonna take you to the ref didn't say. The ref didn't say it was 5 dribbles. This I heard the commentators did.
Mm-hmm.
So if the ref says it, yes, then we got to do that over again.
But look, this is in the one-on-one scene. I understand it. I understand that we saying okay, we want to be technical. We pick and choose when we want to be technical. And if you dribble 5 times, I don't care what, bro. You dribble 5. This is not like he fouled me on game point. He did this. He didn't. The nigga dribbled 5 times. I'm okay with a travel for game.
In turn, and this is just to be fair. This is what I would ask Manny at this particular juncture. So if I take Lamar out and I put Scoob in this situation and the refs missed the call, what would you tell Scoob? Would you say you tell Scoob the game's over, they didn't call it? Or would you tell Scoob go back out there and play? Now, the answer is you would go back out there, you would tell Scoob go back out there and play. Then all's fair. But I think the question should be, if Scoob was in that position, you're his corner guy, and the game is called over, and then 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, they do that, what would you tell Scoob? But in my honest opinion, I don't know. Chat, let me know. Y'all, I think Scoob probably went back and hoop. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We've seen that travel for game, double dribble for
Scoob,
game, carry for game.
hey, Scoob would have went back and hoop. I go, Scoob would have played. Scoob would have hooped, man. I gotta keep it a bean. Scoob would have went back out there and played, bro. Yeah, you would have went back out there.
5 dribbles is like, okay, Nick, that you did, like, all right, at what point are we going to stand for some?
And this was what I was talking with Sel about, because I remember they added the replay, and in that situation, because I watch the NBA a lot. When there's too many replays, it slows up the flow of the game. But if you would have had one in that situation, okay, and then when are you allowed to challenge the call? Because there was no call made. Because would you have been able to use the challenge? So, like, you're right about one thing. You need to stay technical throughout the whole thing, and the ref needs to be the governing body, because it can't be, the crowd dictating calls, which, I know happens in this space. So there needs to be order in the court.
All right.
That's where I look at it.
Okay, I'm reading some. Okay, I'm not trying to read the comment, but okay, how about this? How about when I understand that he went to go. He after the game, his interview, he said, "I wanted to shoot a free throw. I mean, I didn't want to shoot a free throw." Okay, I feel like it was just in the moment. He was trying to be one of them, like, I'm a stand-up guy. The nigga, I mean, the Trey or Joe, he was at the free throw line ready to shoot his free throw. So I'm not hearing everybody saying that, oh, he said that he wanted. And on top of that, he just came out with another video saying that I wanted to shoot my free throw, and the ref said no.
Oh, I cleared all that up. That he was trying to shoot the free throw. He trying to shoot the free throw. I don't know where that came from. He wanted to shoot his free throw. And
Said that.
I don't know who's responsible for not letting him shoot his free throw, but that's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm both. Listen, I'm with you, and I'm all for order. And it needs, but I'm happy that this stuff has happened. I'm happy that New York has happened, because people don't understand this, bro. This is at its infant stages. They're like, oh, this is gonna die out.
We're not doing that. You're not happy about that. Stop lying. This is your first capathon of this live. You're capping.
Because people don't understand this, it needs, but I'm happy that this stuff has happened. I'm happy that New York has happened, because people don't understand.
Cap. Cappuccino.
This, bro. This is at its infant stages. They're like, oh, this is gonna die out. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not dying out no time soon. What are you talking about?
the controversy is what brings people like this. What happens is gonna bring people back. The controversy. Everybody want to see that shit. So fuck, I ain't listening to that
It's
shit.
totally, bro. It's totally fine. There's so many players that we have not. Jerome came out of nowhere, everybody, yesterday, and even me and Scoob was talking about it. Like, hey, this dude could hoop.
He,
You know
he,
what I'm
he,
saying?
he's a problemo.
You know how many players there are like that out there, and he's almost 40.
I believe it.
So,
I didn't know
so
he was that small too.
oh yeah, he's small. Yeah, but it don't matter. He hella good. But anyways, man, regardless though, like I said, everybody could blame me because I think that the rules should have been in place. So there's really no excuse for what happened with Trey. I can see both sides, but my thing is, where the fuck did this free throw thing come from?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Like that's to me, that's inexcusable, and it is what it is. Like it happened,
Yeah,
and it's never happen again.
yeah. What should be the solution to these so these non-finished games won't happen again? Like what should like what how can because you more on the higher up side, what you think should happen for
We're
this
we're,
not to happen again?
we're docking your pay.
Yeah. If you don't finish the game, you ain't getting that.
You ain't getting the bread, bro. You
You ain't
gotta
getting
finish.
that.
Hey, where
Nigga been saying that since the undisputed pay-per-view card. That should have been implemented as soon as Nas and Briscoe didn't finish.
that you can do a job and not finish it and get paid for
What?
it.
What? Come on, bro.
No, I
And on
understand.
top of that, contracts getting involved and all that too. All right.
Yeah, so I understand the Lamar situation a little bit because of how the ref called it, but to me, we still not even all that technical and organized yet. Go finish that game.
Yeah.
Go finish that game.
You know, after that, I didn't shoot my free throws too. I'm letting you, man. Look here.
Like I said,
I gave you a limp. You supposed to, as a man, supposed to look out for at least. But I get it. Competitors.
I'm not taking sides on it. I just know what I would like to have happen,
For
and
sure.
it did not happen. It didn't happen, and it is what it is. It's
It
just
is.
time to get better. It's time to grow from this because that wasn't what was supposed to happen, bro. That's not.
Yeah.
And I would and Manny, I wasn't there.
Mm.
I heard everything
Everybody know why Polo G and G Herbo didn't play?
that happened, and I'm not like I said. I don't take sides with this stuff. I just want to see good basketball, just like you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, bro.
All in all, shout out Davo and
No,
it was a great event.
bro, he had it jumping. So anyway,
Yeah,
we're gonna talk soon, man.
for sure, for sure. All right, then.
Yeah. And honestly, bro, like the fact that he had the Club 520 guys commentating, like, after their success, getting the first podcast getting signed to Adidas, like he's doing all the right things. It just hasn't all came together. But when it does, I was telling people like all you gotta do is fix production.
Oh, G Herbo was hurt.
You got the talent. Find a
Dang.
new talent. We trying to find way more and just fix the production. Like I used to call games. I used to commentate for college games. I used to be on the switcher. So I've been a part of actually fixing these and live streaming this. Like I did this as a job. So this is not that hard to fix, bro. It just needs to get fixed. So it's gonna be another practice round today. There's a free stream today on Ball is Life, and I'm telling you, we're gonna get this right. Everybody's panicking like it can't get fit. Bro, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And on top of that, we gonna keep giving all the free games on YouTube. Like,
Yeah,
when's
I
the
don't,
last
Chad. I don't
time we
really
did
have. I
a
don't really have too much comments on the commentary. I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Whatever, however y'all feel about the commentary, I could really, I don't care.
a live stream? Like, especially Ball is Life. When's the last time? It's not happening like that. So it's going to be fine. It was better. Like there's only a few people panicking about this, and it seems loud because
I think the and this is not. It just sounds like damage control. Like it sounds like damage control.
it's in the comments. But a lot of people actually really enjoyed it. Once certain things started running smooth, and look at what we're doing right now. We all talking about it. We all talking about it. That's the main thing that needs to be focused. That we're talking about it. So, I know it's funny because watch what's gonna happen. What I guarantee you this gonna happen. There's gonna be a clip of me talking about 10 seconds of this whole conversation, and it's gonna look like all Dev hating and this. I promise you, I can handle it. Blame me for everything, bro. Blame me for everything. I think it's great. People gonna hate. People gonna congratulate. It is what it is. Why did the gym feel so dead? No, it wasn't dead to me. It was jumping when I was in it.
Nah, it was jumping. It was jumping, and then I think the 2-on-2, even mid range said it. Even the 520 podcast said it during the LP game. That 2v2 kind of like deaded the crowd a little bit because the LP and Trey Lewis game was pretty quiet in there. Nesco game was jumping. Mike Harden game was jumping a little bit, especially towards the end of the game. Bruce and Dooley game was lit a little bit for sure. It was lit in there for sure for that one. But I believe once that 2v2 happened, and then after that, it was kind of like it was a little dead in there. But probably the first three games, the first three games had some real good, real good energy.
When Nesco and Jerome was playing, that shit was jumping.
Yeah, Nesco and
There was
Jerome was
like
jumping.
about 500 people in that small gym. I don't know if y'all ever been across court. It was nuts.
It's already about to go. Hey, boy, hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. You gotta start. If I'm Dev, I start embracing all hate, gang. Like, just embrace all hate because it's the people that disagree with you that give you like the most hate.
That shit was jumping. And watch when we go to Toronto. When we go to Toronto, this shit about to go crazy. It's going to a different level. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, everybody can hate. Everybody can go run their mouth about whatever they want. Y'all can go slick hate to it. It does not matter to me because all this shit's gonna do is go up
Are you projecting?
from here. But I'm happy that we having these mistakes. I'll accept this one. This is great. I want to see what Shardell gonna say. What you got to say? I know you got something.
I ain't got nothing. Listen, it wasn't no Davo with the event. It was the players that did the bullshit. You feel me? The event was straight. I watched it. You know what I'm saying? I was enjoying it. I just wanted the game to end because I don't know why he didn't get a chance to shoot his free throws. You feel me? I was kind of pissed about that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit had me hot.
I never heard.
All right, y'all. See y'all in the next video. Y'all already know what's going on, man. But at the end of the day, man, I think they are going to eventually fix it. But there has to be, like I always say, bro. I've been saying this forever, but they call me the hater. They calling me the hater though. I'm the hater. But there has to be a clause in the contract that says if you don't finish this game, okay. Oh, okay. Don't finish. Have a one free throw rule. Have a one free throw. A one review rule. Have a one review rule for each person. So for situations like this, if Trey Lewis starts hearing 5 dribbles, he has a chance to review it and challenge the play. It was implemented in TNCO2 for Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson. and it was NT and CO3. I believe Meech and Lay collectively wrote the rule book together. So reviews were implemented for TNCO2 because they knew Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson would be, you know what I'm saying? So I think that is a good thing. And for the foul thing, just clean up the fouls. Clean up the fouls. Just clean them up. Clean them up. Clean up the hack fest. And y'all will be fine. Y'all will be fine. Those are the 3 things y'all need to implement, and y'all will be fine. Take it as hate. Take it as whatever you want to take it as. That's just a fact. Like, if you implement those 3 things, y'all will be fine. Fix the fouls in terms of the physicality. No quit clause on the contract. And have a 1 challenge rule. Y'all be perfectly fine. See y'all next video. There's something else I want to watch. Movie one. All right, here we go. This is what I want. Now I'm going to talk about
this video.
Now I'm going to talk about the totality of the event, chat. Now that we got to Davo's live, Dev's live, and chat, give me a quick second. Let me use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, chat, we back. Now we about to react to something else regarding the entire event, and then I'm probably gonna post like 3 videos tomorrow. So make sure you guys like me, man. First of all, I want to say I appreciate you guys pulling up to the live and trying to and pulling up and wanted to hear my thoughts on things. I want to say that I'm extremely grateful for that. I want to make sure that you guys understand that I am greatly appreciative of all of you guys for sure, man. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. This is a 9-minute video, and then we'll start against some other stuff, man. Against some other stuff. All right. Hey, Chad, go tap into that B. Ellis and Lay versus Dede and A. Millie tag team, man. Come on, man. Y'all been saying B. Ellis, why you ain't hooping? Why you hooping? I just posted a hoop video. I posted a hoop video. Lock in with me. Lock in with me. Come on now. Lock in with me on that, all right? Oh! Yeah, you two. Welcome back to the main church. You got Lamar Peters quit. Bruce crashes out. Jerome Cooks. Nesco. Tello beats Mike Harden in a, what is this called? 1v1 highlights reaction. Hit the like button, subscribe as we get right into it.
Smack.
Boy, that dog.
Style, chopper style, chopper style.
Oh, you walk like a mug, Mike. You my man. That first one was crazy, though. That's filthy. Yeah, Mike. Making free throws, Michael Jeffrey Harden. We would have had a win there. 0 for 7. Man. He played well, too, man. I just didn't like, the one thing I didn't like was he missed all his free throws, and for that game winner, when he looked at him, other than that, to me, he played well, man. Guarded really well.
Man. Oh. Game over. Just like that. You see that?
This game, I ain't gonna lie to you, though. This game was a hack fest. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Chat gonna always correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Them brothers are hacking. My Lord. If Mike hits his free throws, the game is not even was close, but it's low 20s for Tello. I'm not gonna get into the calls. That's for y'all to talk about. But at the end of the day, how can you complain about calls when you get 7 free throws?
Headbutt. He shouldn't have did it though. Damn.
Oh my God!
Told you. Time out, bro. Time out. That was crazy.
Oh my gosh, bro! It's becoming a gladiator sport. Where are the swords?
Told you. Hold on.
You hear the noise?
Nah, what, bro?
You can hear it.
Nah. That's dangerous, bro. Crazy. That's dangerous.
No, look, Zay, bro.
What he do? He smacked.
With all that being said,
This
that
ain't nothing
was-
crazy to me. This ain't nothing crazy. It's basketball. We seen it with the Detroit Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets, and then we saw it with some other game too. This is part of basketball. We're gonna have heated moments. This is nothing to me. As long as nothing happens, we good.
Worse than the one they called intentional, just because of like the situation.
As long as nothing happens, as long as Vince ain't thrown. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He apologized though, and we good. Damn, Scoop going off too? Oh, wow. Did I speak on? I'm not saying that. If so, how you feel about his reputation change? He has to rematch him.
It's unfortunate. Hopefully they can.
Scoob got a point. 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 Scoob got a point, which is why I rock with Scoob. He got a point every time, every time, every time. What we bringing up guns for? We had a basketball event with celebrities in the building. Phil Handy in the building. G Herbo in the building. Neon in the building. D'Adrian Harden in the building. Club 520 in the building. What are we bringing up guns for?
Lock it. No, I think he hit the ground.
This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. This happens. This happens. This ain't nothing. This is part of basketball and competing. As long as nothing happens, we're good. There's just nothing.
Fighting in here, shit.
What'd he say?
Be crazy.
LP was giving us a breakdown.
Great de-escalation by Dave. Great de-escalation by Davo. Great de-escalation. That could have been way worse. I will say this, Bruce, you my dog. Bruce, I promise you, bro. You know I'm a supporter of you. But before that game got mucked up, Dooley was cooking. Dooley was bugging out. That's filthy. Ah! Beautiful. But the thing is with that game, to me, that's a legit Bruce win. The reason why it's a legit Bruce win is because the game got mucked up, calls were made. But isn't that what normally happens in Bruce battles? We just seen him versus King. That game was physical. Right? But if Davo wants to set up a rematch for that, then albeit. Set up a rematch for it. But to me, that's a legit Bruce win because I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm Dooley walking into that game, you know what to expect from Bruce. You know what to expect from Bruce. Bruce is going to make sure you got to play through it. We just saw with King. But and all in all, before the game started getting like that, Dooley was cooking. Dooley was up 11-0. He was wilding out there. But and you could correct me if I'm wrong, Chet, I just think expectation for Dooley should be, okay, I'm up. This game is about to get a lot more physical. Let me control my breathing. Or something. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know. As a basketball player, I don't know what I would do in that situation. So Dooley, props to you. I don't know what I would do in that situation because I haven't been in that situation to where like the game gets like that. I've never been in that situation, brother. So still props to you. I still love your game. Bruce, you know what I'm saying? I rock with you heavy. So if y'all rematch, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do y'all thing, bro.
Tired of the same old basketball takes? Want to dive deeper than just highlights? V1 every plus V1 head experience.
Game of the night. Game of the night. Beautiful game. This was crazy.
Yes, sir.
But Chad, let me ask you a question. And somebody in the chat just said Dooley hit 3 jumpers, then started harassing that man. My question to you is that not an expectation, though? Is there not expectation at this point for Bruce to get physical once he started realizing, okay, bet? That's up to the conversations that's had before the event on how you want the event to be called, and it's up to the refs to call that once it starts occurring. But as a player, once it's not being called, you must adjust. That's my honest opinion about it. Y'all could see what's going on. This boy here, Cole. Pop, pop, pop. Ball fake. Let me get through that. Bro, he's crazy. Where do y'all... Which loss is worse? Nesco losing to Jerome Randall or Rob losing to DA, chat? Which loss is worse? All right, y'all, we already covered this, though.
32.
Oh, I want to hear this.
I don't like the game. 15 minutes, 20 minutes out. Outside, also weekend. Now you get the lab. We don't want that.
This free looks, LP. I thought you got over that, brother. Free looks right here. Free looks. That's the reason why LP is going. It's this right here. This is it right here. This is your downfall. Right. This is a practice shot for a guy that played for the Utah Jazz. Free shot. Every time I talk to LP, I say, don't give up no free looks. No free looks. It's free chicken right here. Free look. Free look. Free look. Beautiful. 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 Nonetheless, man, see you on the next video, man. Hopefully they figure things out over there. But, you know, it is what it is, man. See you on the next one. I think that pretty much covers that event. I think the ABC crew will be live. I want to hear what mid-range coach has to say.
What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. This video, we obviously got to cover All-Star Weekend. My voice is gone. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I meant to have this video done yesterday, but my flight was supposed to be at 6 a.m. Got to the airport at 3 a.m. Doors weren't open for security, so the line just started building up and started wrapping around all the way out the doors of the airport. So I was standing outside in the line, and it was like 5:30 by the time the line started to move. So I was just stuck in that security line. You guys know how security goes. I was stuck in that line for like an hour, however long it was. Ended up getting there right before. They kept delaying the flight so that the people that were stuck in that line could try to get on. So it was like 10 of us. We got there and we could still see the plane, but they wouldn't let us board. So we ended up having to catch a plane that was 5 hours later, and I had like a 3-hour layover, and then finally got home. Anyways, I was tired. I was exhausted. I wanted some pizza. Little Caesars pizza, ate, recuperated. Must not have helped me out because I'm still, my throat's still hurting. I'm tired. I'm feeling sick. But here we are making this video. So I wanted to talk about the whole event. There's a lot to talk about, unfortunately, but it's good and bad. So if you were there in person, being there in person was so good. It was such a fun event. Everyone there was having a good time. I like that Davo went with a different approach. Instead of going to a wide open gym and trying to get everyone there like what we had with Undisputed, went to a smaller, more intimate setting where it was just a couple hundred people at any given time.
Couple hundred? Why I heard 500?
It wasn't tons of people on the court. It wasn't rowdy. It was
I heard 500.
A really good crowd.
Just be cap. Just be cap. Why I heard 500?
A lot of people out there. It was Phil Handy was there. I got to meet Phil Handy. There was a lot of rappers. I'm an old man. I don't know all the rappers, but I got to shake a lot of rappers' hands. A lot of streamers there. A couple celebrities there. It was a really cool vibe, and I thought it was a really cool event to put on. And then the card, obviously the matchups. I thought the matchups were great. I think, like Jerome Randall is an interesting example of when we think of pros entering the scene. I think that's the idea we all have is like, oh, a Jerome Randall, like a pro who's a legit pro, but can also come into a one-on-one setting. He's going to take it serious. Like he's still in like professional shape. Obviously he's 38. He's the same age as me, but he's like in professional shape. It's just his body just doesn't work like it used to work. So he's still skill-wise able to do all those things. Even like his wind, he's pretty much kept his wind that entire time. It's just like, probably can't, he's not as explosive as he used to be, but everything else is there. That's the idea of pro coming into the space. So I think there were a lot of positives. There were so many good things this event brought, but that's not what I like to talk about. And you know that. I like to talk about the bad things because again, that's what makes this space grow is getting the negatives out of the way. Not the negatives, but just the stuff that's bad. Like we gotta fix it. And so the first thing I want to talk about, I guess I do want to talk about the matchups and what I thought clean it is and how clean some players are willing to play. I think there's a good balance on TNC about like physicality and being able to play defense, but then it feels like there's some players that don't play physical and they play clean, and it actually hurts them really bad over there. So some of those players, I think Mike is one of those. he just plays so clean that it feels like it's a race to 30. Rather than him getting a lot of stops, it just feels like, hey, whoever gets to 30 first.
Kind of disagree because in the game against Kel and against Dede, he was getting stops. Mike couldn't put the ball in the basket. I'm there. Mike couldn't put the ball in the basket against Kel or Dede. He was getting stops.
Is going to win. So I thought that would really be a problem for him on OTD, but he really surprised me. I spoke with him before the game, and he was talking to other people too, so this wasn't like I did this. But he definitely prepared. He was asking about the physicality. He was asking about what's allowed, 2 hands, 1 hand, all that sort of stuff. So he was really prepared, and he really surprised me with how he was able to quickly, just without having a game, was able to just quickly adjust. The day before.
That's how Mike plays defense, though. Like, that's how Mike plays defense. Like, Mike can guard. Mike, I played Mike in high school. Mike was picking my ass up 90 feet every time we played, the whole game. Like, when me and Mike played, it was damn near personal. Every time we matched up in high school. So, like, that, Mike is a known defender. He just has trouble sometimes putting the ball in the basket via 1v1.
The event, they were playing 4-on-4. Mike Harden was cooking everybody. So if we're in a team setting and it's unlimited dribbles, my money's on Mike Harden. But he's just got to translate that to one-on-one. And I think we saw flashes of that. We saw the one-on-one Mike Harden and what he could be. The issue was missed 6 free throws or something like that, which is 6 points plus 6 extra possessions. But also in commentary, they were talking about it too on commentary. I meant like a backcourt connection. Obviously I was saying these things, but they were even mentioning like, man, just keep trusting in your shot. Feels like he would miss a couple shots and then he would try to do something else. But once he started trusting in his shot, honestly, he was getting the right looks. He just couldn't get one to fall. So honestly, that game told me more about Mike Harden than it did Teo, just because Mike really showed you what he's capable of. If he's hitting shots, that game is a completely different outcome. But got to give credit to Teo. And the reason I said it said more about was blaming the refs. Like they got through it and did what they had to do. But I'll be honest with you, it could have looked a lot worse had the players not done that. It was bad. To every single player that played yesterday, every single one, or day before yesterday, I guess, they got my utmost respect. Every single one of them was adjusting. Nobody was overly complaining. Nobody was blaming the refs. Like they got through it and did what they had to do. But I'll be honest with you, it could have looked a lot worse had the players not done that. It was bad. I thought it was pretty bad. So again, I'm not saying the refs were bad. I'm saying the consistency was bad. It was some of the worst consistency I think I've ever seen. And we'll get to that towards the end. But shout out to Teo and Mike Harden. Awesome game. It was really fun to watch, and I wasn't expecting it to be that good. We'll get into Bruce and Dooley. Bruce and Dooley, we'll skip around in this video because I'm obviously not supposed to be showing the full live stream. Bruce and Dooley, I combined their names. Dooley really impressed me. So watching him in the last series I did with OTD, he's definitely improved on his game. All the stuff he's needed to work on for 1v1, similar to Mike Harden. He's a team player, like a team setting player. He's a 5s player, but he's slowly converting his game into a one-on-one game, being able to be dominant in ones. And part of what he's worked on is just driving like straight downhill. When he gets downhill and drives straight at the basket, he's almost impossible to deal with because he's got such a quick shot and he shoots it so well. You always have to be closing that gap and not let him get his hands free for the shot. But then he can always pull back. He can always drive around and finish through contact. So really impressed with Dooley's game and what he's been able to add to it. Teague and the backcourt connection guys were asking me, who do you have for this game? And it's on camera, so it's on the live stream, so if you guys watched it, you heard. But I said, I got Bruce. I still got Bruce. And I said it wouldn't surprise me if Dooley wins because of everything that he's added to his game. But I think something I still have yet to see from him is getting over the hump of like the physicality, being able to control that environment. And I was saying, we'll talk about this when we get to the Jerome Randall game, but if you've played at a level where you're the main scorer, you're the main guy that the other team is game planning against, you'll notice some habits. All these guys kind of have the same habit. So when you're off the ball and you're the main scorer and you've been game planned against, let's say you're a top 3 player in the league, the team is going to try to wear you down over the course of the game. That doesn't mean just at the end of the day, if y'all want him not to be at the top, like, someone's got to beat him. That's what it is. Someone's got to beat him.
Well, y'all got to put the matchups in his hand so he could potentially be beat. I'm so sick of hearing this shit.
That close to guard him, and I think he hit 3 or 4 threes getting hit on the elbow. So Nas proves it every time he steps on the court. And, you know, there's this weird, it's a weird give and take with Nas, because people keep saying you're glazing Nas, or you got him at number 1, or you keep putting, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing it. It's not up to me to fix the rankings. And players come up to me and say this stuff too. I don't like how Nas picks and chooses. I wish Nas played.
So if the player's telling you that, then it's true. He just said in an interview he don't give a damn what nobody say. He doing this one for the fans, the next one gonna be for him. He didn't even want to play school. Tell the truth, man. He gonna be all right. He making money. He providing for his family. Tell the truth. Ain't that serious? It's basketball. If his feelings hurt, he'll be all right tomorrow.
You this, you that. At the end of the day, if y'all want him not to be at the top, like, someone's got to beat him. That's
you
what
got to
it is.
put the matchups in order for him to potentially be.
Someone's got to beat him. Like, if you don't want him to be number 1, like, go do something about it. It's not up to me. I can't do anything about it. We saw that King of the Court, and it's not a real representation of one-on-one. So when him and Scoob play, I'm sure it will look way different than it did in King of the Court. King of the Court doesn't suit Scoob, I don't think. But someone like Nas, it's like, well, if it's King of the Court, or if we're playing horse, or if we're playing football, or if we're playing, I mean, you saw it when he did the creator thing where it was all these different games. Doesn't matter what we play. Like, I'm gonna win. Like, Nas is just a winner. He's just good. So no matter what format of basketball he's playing, he's proving time and time again he's right there at the top. So players, if you don't want you don't like him being there, go beat him.
Nigga, the argument isn't Nas being 1. He's the guy. He's the guy. Like, nobody's debating that. He's the guy. The way he looked in the KOTC is phenomenal. But you can't say go beat him. And then when the players tell you he picking and choosing, there's no answer for that. So what you're saying is go beat him. Go beat him. But then when the players tell you they're picking and choosing, then what?
And then obviously we saw what Zay was capable of. Zay is another one of those players. It doesn't really convert. I said this would be 30 seconds. It doesn't really convert from real life to camera, but when you see him in person, just the angles he takes and how quick his floaters, all that stuff, crazy. So anyway, shout out. King of the Court was a lot better than I thought it would be, but it was also just Nas confirming, yeah, he's the number 1 guy on YouTube. So the symptoms of the first 2 games set the tone for the rest of the day. Davo said to the
boy, y'all soft as a bitch. I ain't gonna lie, y'all soft. 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 Some of y'all in this chat soft, bro. Some of y'all in this chat soft, bro. Some of y'all in this chat soft.
We're gonna get on the referees here, and that's why I paused it here. This was the perfect example. I don't know if you guys can see this. Perfect example of what I want to talk about. Davo told the referees before, and he spoke to me in the Discord and the other Discord guys, and he said, hey, is it going to be a problem if we try to make this event too clean? And we were like, yeah, kind of, because OTD, whatever. He goes, yeah, but it's a live event. I just want it to be, even if it's too clean, he said, I don't care. It's a live event. And he told the officials the same thing before the game. Call everything. I don't care what you do. Call everything, even if you got to call 50 fouls. Call everything. Yeah. Got it. First game, they called it really tight for the first 4 or 5 possessions. And then I don't know why it starts changing. Maybe because the players aren't adjusting or whatever, but they stop calling it. And I think there's some things that could be done better here. We need a rule book, and we need to implement some of these rules. I've been saying for months. I said this 6 months ago, and you guys remember this. I was like, fouling is too powerful. I would foul every play, because if you don't get if you miss the free throw, it's a turnover, and it's only worth 1 point.
My bad. Keep blaming the refs, but these events set a precedent for not calling fouls. Now they want every call. It's inconsistent and impossible to officiate. Shout out Lay.
Shoot it. So I was saying rules of, if you get fouled on a 3, you should shoot 1 free throw worth 2 points, right? And if you get fouled on a 1, you should get 1 free throw worth 1 point. But you get the ball back regardless. That will make people foul less. Or don't do that, and you just say there's a foul limit. Like we already said there was supposed to be, there's a foul limit. You foul 5 times in a half, every foul after that is a free throw. That's a little bit, but that.
One second. One second, chat. One second. We know that
be a satisfactory.
The grittiness and the excitement within
so much.
Scotty's position, I don't know how
they're happy.
This shit crazy. I'm like,
the hate in my heart that I feel of a private combo, to be honest. I'd love to talk in front of everyone. That's all.
Because the conversations will be YouTubers up. What else we got on the slate?
Yeah, man. Shout out WCW when it was going back and forth with, Monday Night Raw.
Here we go.
When I was in the
I think we talked about it.
5 scene on YouTube, you could go. Some of that is honestly, 90% of the games I feel like are I just think intention is to make it like I do
go of like they want to come into the scene but be able to show their bag. It makes it a little different. So I do think there is a way to clean up the fouls while still keeping it like in.
I do think that the only thing I would like to see kind of change is like I think we need to find a way to penalize bad defenders or guys that can't guard the right way. I'm not saying I listen, I don't want to see soft basketball at all, but I do think we need to like make guys be good at guarding. And if you can't go work on that and elevate your level of defense, at some point,
how do you distinct that though? Like how do you distinguish a bad defender from a good defender?
But that well,
in this space with physicality, that I think that's the question.
Right. That's a great point. So I think that that's the tough part about finding the balance. I don't have the answer. Someone goes the best. That's all. It's a weird thing.
I'm gonna keep it quick, fellas. It's just one of those simple things as to why I don't know why pros are being necessarily called nickels. You don't have to accommodate to your by pros.
He posted on his Manny saying that it'll get everybody's worried about.
I don't feel like I can't find it. It's in this live though, chat. I'm gonna put it in here. We talked about 1v1 fouling right here, and just implementing like a 5. I think it was a 5. I don't know. I can't remember.
That still, every free throw could be a turnover. So for me, I don't like that one. I don't think it fixes the problem. It just makes it where it's 1 foul instead of 2. I don't like that. I think you should be rewarded if you get fouled, and I think the defense should be punished. If you foul someone over and over and they miss free throws and there's a couple reasons why. Free throws aren't as easy as people think. In a normal game, they are. There's not that much pressure on a free throw because the game might go to 100. You'll shoot 2 free throws, so you typically miss the first, make the second. Now you're in a rhythm. Whether you make it or miss it, the ball goes to the other team anyways. There's just not a lot of pressure. But in one-on-one, there's so much pressure on every free throw because it's like, I have to make this to get the ball back. If I miss, it's a turnover. That's why we see so many missed free throws. It's not a, like, guys, how much more evidence do we need? Look at all of the games over the past, even ABC Crew talks about this all the time.
Thanks. Thank you.
I've been saying it for months.
You have.
It's the toughest shot in basketball, in one-on-one basketball. It's a free throw. It's just way more pressure. We can't keep thinking it's an accident. These guys can't shoot. We got Mike Harden missing 6 free throws. Bruce missed 8
I will
free
say
throws,
this.
The other
Shooting a technical foul free throw with nobody there is OD. I will say that.
game. This event, guys missing free throws. LP missing free throws. Like, it's a different shot. So if you make it, you get a point. If you miss, you still get the ball back. I don't care. Put that rule in place. With all that being said, whatever rules we fix at the top. So this is where I'm blaming Davo and the platform and myself as well as being someone with a louder voice in the community. I got to be better too. We got to fix that. The rule books has to be in place. We got to be way more structured with it, and we got to make some of these changes. That's on us. That's on the platform. That's on Davo. That's on me. That's on platform overall. But then there's the players. You know, I actually think all the players other than Lamar did what they were supposed to do. But Lamar, I wish he would have played. And then I think it would have turned down the rhetoric on a lot of this. But with that being said, it's not on. We can't expect the players to constantly be like, because their reputation is on the line and they're in an emotional, heated environment. I don't expect Lamar. Like I said, if I was LP, I wouldn't have came back and played either. So the platform, I think, had a part in it. The players have a part in it. And then the referees, I think, was the biggest issue. So I'd say if we split it by 1/3, it's like 30% problem here, 33%, 33 here, 33 here, 33 here. But really, it's just like, man, the referees got to just take control of that situation so much, because they're the one that can actively fix it in the moment. They're the one that can adjust. They're the ones that have the power to control the environment as it's happening. The others have to control it, and the players have to control it in a way tougher situation. The platform has to control it way beforehand. But when you're in the moment, it's like the referees, guys, you can fix this. You can be better. The reason I paused it here, this guy, I don't remember. I don't think I've ever officially met him, but he's obviously reffed a lot of games, and it wasn't just him. Lou is great. The taller, light-skinned Lou is a great person. He's hilarious, by the way. But when their chemistry and however they officiate as a team, this is my critique on them. Okay, regardless how I feel about them as a person. This guy right here, you guys can't see it because the camera is on us right now. But Nesco and Jerome Randall are waiting to check the ball up. They're waiting. This referee has the ball in his hand, and he's talking to us, and they've been frying him the whole time. They're frying him because they're like, man, this guy ain't good. This guy don't care. This guy this whatever. And it was funny. Like, I went back and rewatched this. Behan is hilarious, by the way. It was funny. They're frying him, and then he comes up and goes, man, I know I'm doing my job, and you know, and Teague's like, oh yeah, like, yeah, everyone's mad at you, but you're doing a great job. They were like being sarcastic and joking with him. He's like, yeah. And he's like, man, it's everyone else that's messing up, or it's everyone else. I don't have this issue. And it was the weirdest thing, because he's like, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It was because no one asked. It was the weirdest thing. And then Davo walks on the court and was like, yo, where the fuck is the ref? And he's like, oh, my bad. And he goes out there. And I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. That moment right there just showed me, like, dude, lock in. Like, you're talking about how good you are doing, not realizing, like, you are the biggest part of the issue, biggest part of the problem right now. And you're doing the thing right now. You're talking to us when, like, we're commentary. Like, they're ready to go. They're on the court. And so the players were out there, and I'm looking at it. That's what I'm looking at on the camera. I'm looking at the players, like, ready to go. And he's just over here with the basketball, standing here talking to us. So anyways, that's why I thought it was just funny that it paused on this, and I said we'd get to it. This sort of stuff was just happening the whole night. So like I said, with the LP and Joseph Lewis game, like, if you're unsure, it's okay not to be perfect as a ref. Like, it's probably the toughest job in one-on-one. Like, you got to deal with the audience. You got to deal with the comments afterwards. You got to deal with the players yelling and screaming in your face. But at some point, like, this is the job you signed up for, and you got to control these situations better. If you don't know what the call was, just go, we're going to figure this out. But instead, it's like, game point, game's over. I don't know what happened. And then just try to go sit down and get a like that sort of stuff. Like these events, there's so much money and time and preparation that goes into this. Like I feel like the officials got to get to a point where they care about the event going well as much as the players do and as much as the platforms do. So there's got to be a lot more conversation beforehand. There's got to be, and look, this is where it's tough because Lou does say these things a lot. Like we got to put this rule in, we got to do this, we got to do that. It's like, that's fine, but it can't be a conversation 30 minutes before the event starts. This has got to be a conversation. You got to, hey, Davo, here's some of the issues we're having. This needs to be fixed. Otherwise I'm not ref. You know, I'm not saying like he needs to do that, but I'm like, that's where if you really care and you really think it's that important, like you got to do that. But it feels like, and I could be wrong. So I know I'm dragging the refs right now, but if it's that bad, if it's that bad and you're not doing anything about it, and then we show up on the day and then it goes wrong, like you can't just be like, so what, that's the event. Like this is your event too. You have to start taking some ownership. This is your event too. You got to care like the players do. You got to care like Davo does. Like this event is a reflection on everyone that's a part of it. You got to make sure it goes well. We all got to be on the same page. So definitely got to be better. Like I said, I jumped in a couple different Discords too and tried to get a lot of people's what they felt about it. Some people were like, look, it was a good event. I enjoyed it. But it was the people that knew what to expect. Yeah, I knew like the live stream might start late. And this could always happen. It's a live stream. These things could always happen. So if you went into it with that attitude, you probably really enjoyed the event if you were there in person. I know you enjoyed the event. It was crazy in person because whenever there's that dead air, dead time, you're within arm's reach of a celebrity, you know, within arm's reach of a professional athlete. Like it was when you're there, the environment was amazing. Music playing, all that stuff. For the people that bought the membership, I wanted to see clean, professionally run, like on time and very well organized event. You were most likely disappointed. This is the problem with pay-per-views. I think that consistency, knowing what to expect, I think there's a limit that people know like what $20 means to them. Me personally, I was at the airport and I got a Cobb salad. It had a boiled egg on there, hard-boiled egg, some ham, some cheese, and ranch dressing. Not even a big, it was like a small cup of ranch dressing. They always give you those cups that you open it up and you put it on your salad and you're like, that's not enough ranch dressing. I paid for that $23 for a freaking Cobb salad with not enough ranch dressing. Wasn't happy about it, but I was starving. I didn't want another burger. I couldn't, I was about to go on this flight. I didn't want more greasy food. I just needed a salad. $23. $20 for a pay-per-view membership for me is worth it because I kind of know what to expect. I just wanted $20 of 4 to 5 hours of entertainment. That's fine for me. For some people, $20 is not worth it. They wouldn't have bought a Cobb salad. They would just not eat food. They would rather just not eat than pay $23 for not enough ranch dressing, right? So if that was you were probably disappointed with this. If you were someone who just already has the membership, it probably didn't bother you and you probably thought the event was fine. So that's my overall thoughts of the event. There's definitely things that need to be done better, but there's some things that just, I think the officiating, I thought it was abysmal. Not even saying like each official is bad. It's just more so like
Pat, this is Pat right here. This live is sponsored by Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. The first one is going to be LaMelo Ball to have more than 20 points in the return from All-Star break against the Houston Rockets. The second part of our lineup is going to be Joel Embiid to have less than 28.5 points in his return from the All-Star break against the Atlanta Hawks. LaMelo Ball is the go-to guy for the Charlotte Hornets, as well as Joel Embiid being the second go-to guy. But guess what? Joel Embiid has some injury issues, some injury history, and coming back from the All-Star break, I expect him to be a little bit out of rhythm. As a result, Tyrese Maxey's going to take a little bit more shots, and VJ Edgecombe as well. Shout out Paul George, though. I know you're going, buddy, but we're going to welcome you back with open arms when you're back. As for LaMelo Ball, I think LaMelo Ball is going to shot chuck his way to 20 points, man. So here we go. We're going to go more than 20 points for LaMelo Ball. And we're going to go less than 20.5 for Joel Embiid. You want to do, man, click in the description, download Prize Picks, and use code BELLIS to receive $50 guaranteed once you place your first $5 lineup. That is code BELLIS, and you're going to see $50 guaranteed once you place your first $5 lineup. Let's get to it. All right. How long we been on live? 2 hours and 45 minutes. Chat, this is it for me, man. You know what? This is all I got. See you soon.